Hey y'all, as my cousin in Baltimore was saying, listen, I'm out here filming from the patio. Nice little view. I'm trying to enjoy this warm weather while it's lasting. But listen, I had to stop the other day. But I wonder who those people were who were the bride and groom at the wedding where Jesus turned the water into wine. I was like, why we don't read their names nowhere? Interesting though, right? But I was just thinking, I wonder what their thoughts were. Like, did they even remember that all of this had happened? Because, Jesus brought out that good wine after all the other wine was served. So, did people even remember this miracle for real? I don't know. But I would love to be on the fly on the wall. But listen, I was like, let me go back and read this story because it's in John, the Gospel according to St. John, the 2nd chapter, verses 1 through 11. Now, I'm not going to read it to you because there's some points that I want to bring out, but I'm not going to read it to you. But I was reading it in the New Living Translation because that's the one I usually read from my phone. And I've read it from the New King James Version because that's like my go-to. But this morning, I was like, ooh, let me read that joint from the Message. Sometimes I don't be fooling with the Message because the Message sometimes be cutting up like that cousin that you can't take nowhere. But today, I was like, I need just the right amount of hood for this. So let me just look at this. Because sometimes the Message be too hood for me. Can you imagine? Too hood for me? But yeah, the Message be too hood for me. Like I said, like that cousin sometimes. So, okay. So in John 2, and then, the Message be having, if you read the Message Bible, version of the Bible, then, sometimes the verses don't be lining up because they be like, listen, we going to just give you the points. It might not go line for line like you would have read it. So just, it's this section we translated together. But anyway, so in that beginning part, it's funny because here's how it reads. It says at the beginning, verses 1 through 3. 3 days later, there was a wedding in the village of Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there. Jesus and his disciples were guests also. When they started running low on wine at the wedding banquet, Jesus' mother told him, they're just about out of wine. Pause. I wonder if, like, she whispered it to him. Do you think, like, she whispered it, like, they're just about out of wine? Or do you think, like, was Mary, like, dancing and, like, turning up at the wedding, like, hey, and it was like, they just about out of wine. Like, was she drunk? Like, I don't know. But anyway, then Jesus said, according to the Message, is that any of our business, mother? Yours or mine? Question mark. See, listen. That's got me. Okay, that was white Jesus. That wasn't black Jesus. Because black Jesus would have been like, Mom, come on. Like, I can't do that. That was white Jesus in this section. All right, then he said, according to the Message, this isn't my time. Don't push me. Mary, when you read the next verse, she went ahead anyway telling the servants, whatever he tells you do, whatever he tells you, do it. Okay, so Mary in this version was black. She was black. Okay, and so then, they brought over the pitchers of water, blah, blah, blah. So, and then, the master of ceremonies, the MC, was like, when the servants did what Jesus told them to do, and they knew what happened, they were like, this dude done changed this water into wine, but okay. So when they took it over to the MC to taste it, MC was like, wait. All right, so in the Message version, they call him the host. So the host said, everybody I know. Now, I wonder if the host was whispering too, or was he like lit too? But anyway, the host said, everybody I know begins with their finest wines, and after the guests have had their fill, brings in the cheap stuff. But you saved the best till now. And then the word of the Lord reads, this act in Cana of Galilee was the first sign Jesus gave, the first glimpse of his glory. And his disciples believed in him. May the Lord add a blessing to the hearers, the doers, and the readers of his word. But I'm also wondering, with this whole thing, one of my other thoughts that I had was, now had Jesus been turning water into wine at home? Like, is that how Mary knew? Or did she just know, he had been doing a lot of miracles and stuff at home, so surely he could just turn this water into wine? I am curious. Because we don't get all of the recordings of all the miracles and stuff that he did other than what's in the book. But I'm curious, like, Were they just not having to buy wine and press grapes or nothing there? And he was just, Mary was always just like, go get some water. We gonna do this. I wonder. Also, another thought that I had was Jesus was the plug. I think that's what the young people say. Is that what they call it? The plug. Did I use that right? And I'm wondering why people won't asking Jesus for wine all the time instead of food. I mean, I know that they was hungry, right? And he had turned, the fish and the loaves and multiplied them and fed everybody with the huge cookout. But I'm wondering why the people won't follow him behind him like, hey, listen, I brought my own water. I heard what you can do. I'm just wondering. I have never thought about it. But those are my thoughts.